lovely cosplayer. Tell me what you're cosplaying as.
I am the Chicago Rat Hole, the infamous Rat Hole.
So please explain to me, what is the Chicago infamous rat hole? Because I've seen videos of it, I've seen pictures of it, but I'm really confused on what it is. Like, how did it come to be?
It's basically they were pouring a sidewalk and the cement was still wet. And it was actually a squirrel that fell into it and made the iconic hole, but for some reason they call it the Chicago Rat Hole. It was actually removed yesterday because too many people are stopping by and causing traffic backups and whatever, so they let me bring it with me today.
That's pretty great. I love it, everything. It looks so much fun. As I can see, you are bringing a lot of joy to everyone who sees you. I did notice that you do have a little gift bag or little magnets, I assume, for people.
They're not magnets, are just 3D printed rat holes.
Oh, that's really cool. And I gotta say, I love your cosplay. Who are you cosplaying today?
I'm cosplaying Dark Magician Girl from Yu-Gi-Oh!
How long? Now I have to ask, did you make it or did you buy it? Because I know some people buy it and some people make it.
I actually bought it. It's like surprisingly incredibly good material, good condition. I mean, for about $80 before taxes and shipping, it's not that bad, and it was from Amazon.
That's not bad at all. Now, I do have to ask, what do you think of people who say that people need to make their cosplays compared to buy them?
I mean, it's definitely a good skill to learn how to make your own cosplays, but if you buy them, I don't think you should be shamed for them. I mean, I don't know how to sew for anything. The only thing I know is how to style wigs, and I know some people, they either buy commission wigs or whatnot. So how I see it as is if someone buys a commission wig, then it should be if they see it as, oh, you need to make your own wig, they need to keep that up, if that makes sense. But I think it's fine. I mean, I do it all the time.
Is there anyone you're excited to see while at the convention?
Both of the voice actors of Yami Yugi and Seto Kaiba are going to be here, so I'm just kind of scoping out the area, and then I'm going to go get some figures for them to sign.
And I'm actually going around interviewing vendors today. Would you please tell me about yourself and what your shop's all about?
Absolutely. I'm Sunshine Levy, and I'm the owner and artist of Gingy Girls Art. So what we do here is we sandblast glass as well as ceramics. Everything I do is dishwasher safe as well as microwave safe. My business was created about 12 years ago. A little over 15 years ago, I had a child, and she came into the world not breathing. So I have a child with a brain injury, and I had to think fast on my feet what I was going to do so that she could have all of her needs met. So I created my own business out of my hobby that I've been doing for over 30 years.
This is all really beautiful. I've walked past this and I've seen all the glasses. This is really beautiful. Now, you said they're microwave and dishwasher safe. Does that go also for the images on it as well? They won't, because I've had issues in the past where it says it, but then I've put in the dishwasher and it's faded over time or something.
It will never go anywhere. Everything that I do is literally cut in. So grab something here. So if you feel it, you can tell that it's literally cut into the glass. Thank you.
That is really beautiful. I'm always scared that someone's gonna break something. I'm like, oh no.
When you deal with glass, you deal with broken glass. I mean, you kind of have to figure that into it for every show. Yeah.
And then are you located here in the Chicago area or outside of it? And how can people get in contact with you? Let's say if they wanted to order outside the convention.
Okay, so I was born and raised up in the Chicagoland area, and then I just moved right outside of Chicago in Kenosha, so I am pretty local. And you can find me at Gingy Girls Art on Facebook. You can also go to gingygirls@gmail.com.
All right, well, thank you so much for the interview. And I know for one thing, I might be buying some glasses at some point. You can never have too much glasses, because I break mine all the time.
Thank you.
All right, I'm here live at C2E2 with another person from Channel Awesome. Tell me what your name is.
I'm Heather Roos. I am Channel Awesome's live streaming specialist, so I run all of our Twitch channel and any YouTube lives that you see on our YouTube channel. I'm also an actress, so I'm occasionally on Nostalgia Critic or other productions like Fanscription that Channel Awesome puts on.
What got you into all of this, the whole channel and everything?
So I've always wanted to do acting. So when I went to college, I studied theater and also teaching. I was teaching for 10 years before I did media full time. And it was always something that I wanted to pursue, acting or being on camera or doing something along those lines. YouTube was never anything on my radar actually until I auditioned. I saw an audition for Channel Awesome, and that was actually, I auditioned for Channel Awesome in 2012. Way before I actually joined the channel for a show called Demo Reel that my friends Tamra and Rachel ended up getting the role for, which was totally fine. They were perfect for it and they did a wonderful job. So I ended up auditioning, and then they had another round of auditions 4 years later in 2016 for another show called Awesome Comics. And they had kind of remembered that I had been good and I reapplied, and they were like, okay, yeah, let's try this out. And so then I just started working with them in 2016. I got Awesome Comics and just kind of started realizing from there that at that point the internet was still like not always a viable option for a career yet.
Yeah, it was still kind of new.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it was still kind of new. So that helped me kind of grow and see that like this is a real option now. Like people are using YouTube like they're using TV. So this is a real option. And then I started my own Twitch channel and brought that idea to Channel Awesome to be like, hey, why don't we look into live streaming and see what we can do as live streaming and kind of create a variance of content so that we're not just always stuck in movies, so that we can explore out to other things like video games and talk shows and things like that.
Question, what was your question for her?
Oh, yes. My question for you is that you play a whole host of characters on Channel Awesome. My favorite happens to when you were Superwoman, like when you guys were reviewing Superwoman and stuff like that. Tell me, what was your favorite character and why?
Oh gosh, that's always such a hard question. This is gonna sound weird, but I almost like to play the like nostalgia critic version of myself because we play ourselves sometimes in the review, but like Doug plays it up in different ways. That's always funny to see. So like I somehow ended up being someone who was like almost always, not always threatening him, but like a little bit like in the Toonami review, you know, I'm like always antagonistic towards him. And I'm like, you're a moon, your face is a moon. Like, it's just funny to see how we have those character traits that Doug latches onto and then exaggerates in a way that's funny, but also still kind of true to who we are. So I do think it's always fun to play like the nostalgia critic version of myself. Because it's like getting to be yourself, but in like amped up to 15, you know?
And another question for you is, of all the things that you reviewed on the Nostalgia Critic channel, like, you know, with Channel Awesome, which ones were your favorite to review?
Well, I really enjoyed doing the Fox Kids review because that was the first time I actually got to write for Nostalgia Critic as well as act. So that was kind of a really fun moment to break out of just acting and being able to write segments as well. But also the Wonder Woman review was a ton of fun for me because I got to play a couple of different characters, but we just had a ton of fun behind the scenes. Like, I had a sword malfunction and broke a light, and like we had to turn the AC off because it was making too much noise, so we were all just back there with like our popsicles just like, oh gosh, when will this be over? But it was just a lot of fun behind the scenes for Wonder Woman.
I'm here live at C2E2, and I am actually in front of the Channel Awesome's booth, and I did get a quick interview. Tell me your name, sir.
Brad Jones. I play a character called the Cinema Snob.
I do have a question. Now, how did that all start for you, like the Cinema Snob and everything?
Free time. It was, this was the beginning of YouTube when like we weren't getting paid for it or anything like that. It really was a lark. And I was in between jobs and grew up a big horror exploitation guy. There weren't a lot of shows like that at the time on there. So I was like, I'll spotlight, you know, comedically spotlight things like Burial Ground, Nights of Terror, Satan's Children, stuff like that, but doing it playing this kind of snooty critic so I could put in a lot of jokes. And people really liked it. It took off, and then when monetization came into play, I've been doing it about 18 years now or something like that. It's crazy.
And now everyone, because I think a lot of it's because of like your the channel and everything, everyone's trying to do what you guys do. They get a lot of inspiration.
Yeah.
Do you think that you inspire people at all?
On the one hand, it's like, I hope so. On the other, it's, ooh, that means you've seen E.T. the porno. I don't know how much I recommend that, but no, it's it's very flattering. It hits us when someone who is like 30 comes up to us and is like, "We grew up watching you." Like, I have been doing this a while.
I know. I remember I was kind of in that same boat where I kind of grew up watching everything and stuff like that. And compared to now, I will have to ask, which videos do you like more? Do you like kind of like the current media, or the ones that you kind of like started out with?
Oh, I mean, truth be told, I actually don't watch a lot of videos because I work on it. So on my downtime, I'm usually doing something else. I watch my friends' videos and stuff like that. But in doing it for so long, especially in keeping up with the joy we have for it and the passion we have for it, it's nice to evolve over time, not just from the style of videos we're in now compared to what it was in mid 2000s, but just even over that course of time, like you can kind of tell what the vibe of that kind of video was like in certain years. So being able to adapt and evolve to where, it used to be kind of like shouty, angry shtick, and now it's a bit more, there's still a little bit of that, but like now we can be a lot more analytical, kind of more ourselves, but still sort of in character, but there's more of our own personalities in there, and even incorporating different types of movies too. So that helps us grow and still keep a passion for it and everything. So no, we still love doing it.
All right.
Hi! Oh, the things I do for love! I am Marty Crampson, the voice of Courage the Cowardly Dog, talking to the beautiful people and the people out there in television land. Whatever that is, I don't know. What is television land? What'll I do? What'll I do? See, that's what you wanted me to do, right? That kind of stuff. That's a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah.
This is not going to win an Academy Award.
No, it's not.
This is not even going to win an award for the convention. I wager it also was not going to win an award for C2E2 either, right? But it's an award for you people, you lovely people. We're here together. That's what's important. Look, let's do this. Come on. By the way, I'm recovering from a stroke, so actually I am, and it's my speech was affected. But over and I'm talking wonderfully. Isn't this great? Oh, I'm exhausted from this already.
Stupid dog, you made me look bad.
He wanted the last word, didn't he?
He did.
He got the last word. I didn't. I got the last word.